What's up guys, it's me Jeremy, and welcome to my guide on how to wreck with Fiddlesticks support. Now this is my first champion guide, so bear with me, and if you have any feedback for me, I'd love to hear it in the comments. Before I get into the basics, let's talk about the pros and cons of Fiddlesticks support. Starting with the pros. He has a lot of good CC, he has relatively strong poke, he deals tons of damage once he hits level 6, and he is strong throughout the entire game due to his amazing skill set. And now the cons. He is somewhat squishy, he is slow and has no mobility, and he can get focused easily since you ult like a champ into teamfights. Let's jump right into Fiddlesticks' skills. His Q is Fear. It is one of the only hard CC spells in the game that increases in duration as you level it up. This skill is what makes Fiddlesticks' late game extremely powerful. With max CDR, this spell is a hard CC that lasts for 3 seconds and is on a 6.6 second cooldown. Now this will more likely be around 7 seconds since you will probably not fully max your CDR, but still, a 3 second hard CC on a 7 second cooldown is game changing. Fiddlesticks' W is Drain. This is somewhat useless for Fiddlesticks as support since you do not put many points into it, and it won't do much damage anyways. It does give Fiddlesticks Sustain though, which is a plus. Just be careful when using it to heal because you are a still target and can easily take more damage from standing still than you are going to heal from the Drain. Fiddlesticks' E is Dark Wind. This ability is what makes his lane phase so strong. His poke with this is incredibly strong, especially when you use it after the minion wave has died off, so all possible bounces will hit the enemies. Just be careful not to use this when the enemy minion's HP is low because taking CS from your carry can cause you to lose the lane, or at least have your AD get really mad. Fiddlesticks' ultimate is Crowstorm. This ability does tons of damage for a support at level 6. Coupled with his Fear and Silence make him the highest damage support champion at level 6 in the game. Not to mention his multitude of CC. You can easily get a bunch of kills with this ability. In team fights, you want to time it so that you enter the fight right after your tank initiates, CC their carries, and that makes for big plays on the part of Fiddlesticks support. Fiddlesticks' all-round solid skill set allows you to make big plays. I find that Fiddlesticks is actually one of the easiest supports in the game to carry your team with, since he is so strong throughout almost the entire game. He is only somewhat weak at level 1, and even then he makes up for it by being crazy strong once he gets his ultimate. Now Fiddlesticks' skill order is a bit complicated. Since his E is crazy strong in laning phase, during the laning phase you usually max E first and then Q second. But during the teamfight phase, his Q is crazy strong, so I will start maxing Q instead of E once the teamfight phase starts. Max your E during the laning phase, but once the laning phase ends, stop putting points into E and start maxing Q. This skill order uses his abilities to their maximum potential at the most optimal times, so it works out pretty well. Often I will not put a point into my Drain for quite a while, but if you are getting poked hard and you need sustain, you should put a point into it no earlier than level 4. Another great thing about Fiddlesticks support is that he has almost no bad matchups. His only bad matchups are against Blitzcrank and Leona, since he has no mobility and can be easily caught off guard by their gap closing abilities. Against every other support he has at least a decent matchup, if not a good matchup, which actually can make Fiddlesticks a very safe pick for support. Also on the topic of first picking Fiddlesticks support, this can actually be a decent strategy since your opponents might think he'll be jungling or mid, so they will pick to counter a jungle or mid Fiddlesticks, and then your team will just counterpick that counterpick like a boss. During the laning phase you want to play very aggressive. Fiddlesticks is a very aggressive support champion due to his skill set, so take advantage of it. Harass often with your E, especially if the minions are all killed. Use your Fear with your AD carry for a bunch of damage, possibly even a kill. Getting kills on Fiddlesticks support is actually not that hard, as long as you play aggressive and ward properly. Just make sure that you are not accidentally taking CS with your E, because taking CS is really bad and can cause you to lose the lane. During the teamfight phase, you want to jump in with your ult and tank like a champ. CC the enemy carries and make them focus you instead. Because of your ult, you will die a lot during teamfights, but it is often in a 4-for-1 or 3-for-1 trades, etc. that you die in. So just be willing to die like a boss for your team. True support. For summoner spells I recommend Flash and Exhaust. Flash because it's OP on Fiddlesticks with your ult, and Flash Fear can even get you some kills. Exhaust further strengthens Fiddlesticks' kit, since it makes him have a 3rd CC spell, it makes him stronger in teamfights, so definitely get Exhaust on him. Exhaust also helps a ton in getting kills during the laning phase. For masteries, I like to play a 1-15-14 setup, which gives you a good combination of movement speed, tankiness, and the gold mastery as well. You could go for the 21 utility if you like, but that would make you less tanky, and you need to be tanky as a Fiddlesticks support. Runes, in my opinion, are always personal preference. I take tanky runes with gold per 5 quints since it lets me jump into fights while being tanky, and the quints help me buy more wards for my team. You should be building Fiddlesticks as a tanky support, similar to the way you would build Alistar or Leona. Tanky CDR items are very strong on Fiddlesticks for his fear. You need to be tanky as Fiddlesticks support, or you will just get bursted instantly since you don't build Zonias. A tanky Fiddlesticks will be able to make plays and initiate big fights with his ult, which is exactly how you're supposed to play him. Fiddlesticks makes plays. Big ones too. And since you're the support, don't forget to buy a ton of wards for your team. So, that's it for my Fiddlesticks support champion guide. Let me know if you have any feedback on how I can improve these guides in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.